The 2021 UCI Women's World Tour marches on, and many of the world's best riders have headed to the mountains of Galicia in the far northwest of Spain for a revamped edition of the Ceratizit Challenge by LaVuelta.
I think it's a pretty different edition than the years before, so let's see, it's a super hard edition with lots of climbing, and it's going to be really hard for me to take another victory here, so I'm here to support the team and my climbers squad, so yeah, it's going to be different than the other years for sure.
Yeah, I think the course makes it a really unpredictable race. It basically, you can't predict where anything's going to happen because it could happen at any time, anywhere. It could happen descent, the climb, the narrow roads. It's just going to be racing from the start, I think.
Yeah, I'm happy I'm here. If I look around, and it's really nice hilly area, and yeah, first time we have lived racing this race, so it's all new for us. But yeah, we start with a downhill, and actually after that we have a long climb, and I expect that it will be maybe explode there a lot, but for sure we will make it a hard race also ourselves.
It was downhill for much of the opening 30 kilometres of the 118.7 kilometre stage from Estación de Montaña de Manzanera to Arua. On the 14 kilometre climb to the Alto de Portela, a group of 6 women formed. Though on the descent, 2 of those dropped back, and the chase was on in the bunch to bring the escape back, Movistar doing much of the work on the front. However, as the kilometres ticked by, the lead remained at around 2 minutes. The winding descent making it easier for the leaders to pick their own way and to stay away even when other teams came to help Movistar out. Up front, the Swiss pair of Elise Chabet and Marlen Reusser worked particularly hard to drive the break along, Paulina Royackers and Corinne Rivera also contributing as they flew down the descent and back towards Arua. 10 kilometres and still the lead would not come down, no matter how hard the peloton tried, and it seemed yet another UCI Women's World Tour race would go to the breakaway, despite Movistar, the only Spanish UCI Women's World team, working hard to control the bunch. Up front, Reusser, in her LABTC Ljubljana National Champions jersey, was working especially hard, and though the lead sometimes dipped, it never looked like it could come back as they descended through what is known as the roof of Galicia, and its red clay soil and rolling vineyards nearly ripe for the harvest. Still they ploughed on at the front, Reusser now doing all the work. But when Reusser covered an attack from Chabet, she carried on, doing what she does best, riding away from the others as they looked to each other. Through the streets of Arua, and the victory was surely Reusser's. Good crowds at the roadside cheering her on, and surely enough, the Swiss champion took her second UCI Women's World Tour victory in 8 days, crossing the line exhausted.
I think it was mainly Elise and me, mainly me, and then also Elise doing the work. The others were too tired or it was too fast for them. We always had to say, hey, please. And also Corinne said, yeah, she's not working because she doesn't want to help us with getting time for the GC because she has her GC riders behind. So she was just sitting in all the time, which didn't make us so happy. So yeah, my thought was I don't want to sprint against Corinne Rivera. And also Elise Chabet once beat Lizzie Danen in Switzerland, so I thought better I get off before we enter the final K. So I just tried my luck.
I think anything can happen. I'm not necessarily just a sprinter. I think I'm just a bike racer. You put a finish line in front of me and I'll figure out how to get there as fast as possible. So yeah, I just raced, and there was a group that got off the front like middle, halfway through the longer climb, and then I just saw an opportunity to go across and I made it across. But yeah, honestly from there the legs were a little blown, so then I had to go into conservation mode and just try my luck at the end here, and Marlen was just the strongest, honestly, and there was no reason for me to push because I'm not going for GC really, so I just had to gamble in the end for the stage.
Corinne Rivera led the rest of the breakaway home to take second place, 22 seconds after Reusser, with Elise Chabet third and Paulina Royackers fourth. Elise Balsamo was the first of the peloton to finish, taking fifth ahead of Anna Henderson and Lotte Kopecky. As it always does, the general classification reflects the Stage 1 result, though time bonuses mean Reusser now leads overall by 26 seconds, with Chabet 28 seconds back, Royekers 32, and the rest 1 minute and 58 seconds behind.